Welcome in Craft and Design 3.0 for my dear audience. In this video, I will describe some different and much beautiful ideas of super easy metal welding project for beginners um to uh, try at home or will make a different project. So, dear audience, when we talk about a metal working project, then uh, a question arises in our mind, like as what is a metal working? Dear audience, metal working is the process of shaping and reshaping metals to create useful objects, parts, and large scale structures. This, as a term, it covers a wide and diverse range of process skills and tools for producing objects on every scale, from huge ships, buildings, and bridges down to precise engine parts and delicate jewelry. So, the historical roots of metalworking predate recorded history. Its use spans cultures, civilizations, and millennia. It has evolved from shaping soft native metal like gold with simple hand tools and through the smelting of ores and hot forging of harder metals like iron up to a highly technical modern process such as machining and welding. So it has been used as an industry, a driver of trade, individual hobbies, and in creation of art. It can be regarded as both a science and a craft. So modern metalworking process, though diverse and specialized, can be categorized into one of the three broad areas known as forming, cutting, or joining processes. So modern metalworking workshops, typically known as machine shops, hold a wide variety of specialized or general use machine tools capable of creating highly precise, useful products. So many simpler metalworking techniques, such as blacksmithing, are no longer economically competitive on a large scale in developed countries. Some of them are still in use in less developed countries for artisanal or hobby work or for historical reenactment. So, the oldest archaeological evidence of copper mining and working was the discovery of a copper pendant in northern Iraq from 870 BC. The earliest substantiated and dated evidence of metalworking in the Americas was the processing of copper in Wisconsin near Lake machine gun copper was hammered until it became brittle, then heated so it could be worked further in America. This technology is dated to about 4000 and 5000 BC. So the oldest gold artifacts in the world come from the Bulgarian Varna necropolis and date from 445 OBC. So not all metal required fire to obtain it or work it. So Isaac Asimov speculated that gold was the first metal, so his reasoning being that by its chemistry it is found in nature as nuggets of pure gold. In other words, gold as rare as it is sometimes found in nature as a native metal. Some metal can also be found in meteors. So almost all other metals are found in ores, a mineral bearing rock that require heat or some other process to liberate the metal. So another feature of gold is that it is workable as it is found, meaning that no technology beyond a stone hammer and anvil is needed to work the metal. So this is a result of gold's properties of malleability and ductility. And the earliest tool was stone, bone, wood, and sinew, all of which sufficed to work gold. At some unknown time, the process of liberating metals from rock by heat became known, and rocks rich in copper, tin, and lead came into demand. So these ores were mined wherever they were recognized. Remains of such ancient mines have been found all over southwestern Asia. So metalwork was being carried out by the South Asian inhabitant of Mahilgra between 7000 and 3300 BC. So the end of beginning of metalworking occurs sometimes around 6000 BC when copper smelting became common in southwestern Asia. So ancient civilization knew seven metal. Here they are arranged in order of their oxidation potential in some volts, like as iron uh, 0.44 volt and 10.14 volt, and lead 0.13 volt, and copper as negative 0.34 volt, and mercury negative 0.79 volt, and silver as gold. And so the oxidation potential is important because it is one indicator of how tightly bound to the ore the metal is likely to be, as can be seen. So iron is significantly higher than the other six metals, while gold is dramatically lower than the six above it. So gold's low oxidation is one of the main reasons that gold is found in nuggets. These nuggets are relatively pure gold and are workable as they are found. So copper ore being relatively abundant, and tin ore became the next important substances in the story of metalworking. So using heat to smelt copper from ore, a great deal of copper was produced. So it was used for both jewelry and simple tools. However, copper by itself was too soft for tools requiring edges and stiffness. At some point, tin was added into the molten copper, and bronze was developed. Thereby, bronze is an alloy of copper and tin. So bronze was an important advance because it had the edge durability and the stiffness that pure copper lacked. Until the advent of iron, bronze was the most advanced metal for tool and weapons in common use. See Bronze Age of for more detail. So outside southwestern Asia, these same advances and materials were being discovered and used around the world. So people in China and Great Britain began using bronze with little time being devoted to copper. So Japanese began the use of bronze and iron almost simultaneously. In the Americas, it was different. Although the people of Americas knew of metal, it was not until the European colonization that metalworking for tool and weapons became common. So jewelry and art were the principal uses of metal in the Americas prior to European influence. About 2700 BC, production of bronze was common in locales where the necessary material could be assembled for smelting, heating, and working the metal. So iron was beginning to be smelted and begin its emergencies as an important uh, metal for tools and weapons. So the period that followed became known as the Iron Age. So if we talk about its general process, the metalworking generally is divided into three categories: forming, cutting, and joining. So most metal cutting is done by high-speed steel tools or carbide tools. So each of these categories contains various processes. So prior to most operations, the metal must be marked out and are measured depending on the desired finished product. So marking out, also known as layout, is the process of transferring a design or pattern to a workpiece and is the first step in the handcraft or metalworking. So it is performed in many industries or hobbies, although in industry, the repetition eliminates the need to mark out every individual piece in the metal trades area. So marking out consists of transferring the engineer's plan to the workpiece in preparation for the next step, machining or manufacturers. So calipers are hand tool designed to precisely measure the distance between two parts. So most calipers have two sets of flat parallel edge used for inner or outer diameter measurements. So dear audience, I think that my video and my idea, I think inspired you much. If inspired, then subscribe my channel and like my video and share my video with your affectionate learning and listening. So thank you very much, guys, for watching my video. And once again, I also thanked very much for watching my video.